So, midweek, midsection, class 7, final one in this block. As ever, timer is ticking. We've got our 25-second block of work, 10-second recovery. We're going to start out with our squat and rotation. Coming up well. Every time on that rotation, we're going to lift the heel off the ground, so you're coming up onto the ball of the foot or even right up onto the toes. Either way is fine. Once you're releasing the heel, that's going to keep your knee nice and safe. Simple but effective. And we're down to the floor. As ever, opposite arm, opposite leg. And we crunch up. Inhale down, exhale, crunching up, reaching for the foot. And we're taking that second of pause at the top of the movement. Working the upper abs and maintaining control and keeping tension on the working muscles. This also makes sure we're not using a lot of momentum. We're up to our feet. Squat in place, arm raise, up overhead. Coming a little bit lower on the squat this time. Not going too low, we're going more for speed rather than height or depth in the squat. We're getting warmed up, getting the big muscles moving. So sitting back with the butt into that squat and then driving the heels down into the floor as we drive the hands up into the air. Back to the floor again. This arm, right leg, left arm. Exhale as you come up. Bring the shoulder blades up off the mat. Pull in with the upper abs. Pull in with the lower abs to bring the leg up. And again, that momentary pause at the top really gets the core engaged more strongly. Moving to the upper body a little bit. Punching, crossing to the corner. So every time, rotating the whole body, coming up onto the heel, or onto the toe, I should say, of that back foot as you reach across to the opposite corner. So getting our rotations in, getting loosened up well at the shoulders. Lovely, back to the floor. Once again, right arm, right leg, left arm. See if you can come up a little bit higher now in the crunch. Core is getting warmed up. You'll have your dinner earned by the time this is over. And we're back to our feet. So we're going to do a squat, 2 uppercuts. We squat down, upper, upper, squat down, upper, upper. So it's a little twist, not a huge one. And there's a little dip on the second uppercut as well. Not a full squat, just a little dip. Squat down, upper, upper. Back to the floor, last time. This time, right arm, left leg. Exhale up. Trying to come a little higher. So really working the core. It's warmed up now. Let's make it work. Great stuff. You know what time it is. Time for a sip. Next round, we're going to up the intensity some more. We're going to do that with our touchdown lunge. Touchdown lunge, starting out at the top of your mat, long step back, touch both hands down, step forward again, coming up to that top position. In that top position, we don't need to get fully straight. You can be slightly hinged, touch back, quickly switching the legs over. So you don't need to come up all the way tall. Our focus here is on getting the speed into the movement. Long step back, and use that touchdown with the fingers on the floor to help launch you up out of that bottom position on a lunge. Whew, that'll get the heart rate up. We're down to the floor now, high plank. Feet are wide, hands under the shoulders. We're maintaining nice tight body position, core zipped up, tailbone tucked, squeeze the cheeks. You're actively pushing your hands down into the floor, so chest and arms are engaged. Becomes a full body exercise. Last 2 seconds, and we're up. Touchdown lunges again. Just in case you didn't get enough last time. So here we go. Step back, long step, and spring up to come up from that low position. So we're getting a little bit of a stretch in here each time as well. It's a nice one because there's no impact, or very little impact, but it'll still get the heart rate up well. Okay, we're back down for our high planks once again. Feet wide, hands under the shoulders, holding nice strong body position. Tailbone is tucked, stomach zipped up, butt is clenched, holding here for 10 seconds. Hands pushing down into the floor. Chest, arms, shoulders, all engaged. Core zipped up. We're back to our feet. Up and down and up and down. I feel like an elevator operator. Squat, 2 uppercuts. So we're going for speed with the uppercuts and the squat. Use that bit of force through the core, through the obliques, around the sides, as you're driving those uppercuts slightly across the body. Last one. Good work. We're onto our sides. Hip hitch. Head is supported. Nice straight line. Hips stacked, shoulders stacked. Exhale as you're lifting the legs. We're going to be nice and steady here. If you're wobbly, put the hand down in front. If you're very steady, you can reach upwards. I'm watching you. We're back to our feet. Back to our squat and uppercut. Start with the opposite leg this time. Or sorry, opposite hand. So we're getting that strong drive with the core every time because we're coming across in front of the body. So the shoulders are coming around, which means we're rotating through the core. Excellent, well done. Other side, hip hitch. We have a little lie down. So again, nice straight line, hips stacked. Exhale up. Feel the muscle here just above the hip bone, shortening the space between the hips and the ribs. That's what's doing the work right here. Last 3 seconds. And last one. There we go. Wasn't that fun? Fun, maybe not the word you use for it. Okay. Take a drink anyway. Just a sip. No big glugs. We don't want to slow down. Okay. 10 seconds left on the break. Coming into our kick. So, left stance, squat down, front knee comes up, side kick, bring it back. So a little squat with that front leg, or that left leg slightly in front. That little squat. We're looking for that control in the kick. Knee comes up, spike the kick out to the side, kicking with the edge of the foot. A real butt burn with this one. Good work. Same thing other side. We're going to stay standing. Outstanding. Here we go. Squat down, knee comes up, spike that kick out to the side. So working the control and working that little mini squat every time. Bringing the knee back in before we come down. Show me that control. Good work. We're back down to the floor. Pilates Tabletop. Ready? Here we go. Lower back printed into the mat. Reaching with the hands, crunched up. Chin is off the chest. You're looking at the knees. Trying to see if your toes are just peeking up over your knees. Shouldn't be seeing the whole foot. Just the top of the toes peeking over the knees. Last 3 seconds, keep reaching with the fingertips. There we go, hug the knees in. Get ready, we're coming back to a tabletop. Crunching up, reaching with fingers, and stretch one leg away. And switch. So we're aiming for almost continuous movement here. One leg comes back to tabletop as the other is stretching away. Toes pointed on both feet. Shoulders lifted clear from the floor. Stomach absolutely on fire. And there we go, we're back to our feet. Okay, we've got jab, cross, upper. Jab, cross, upper. So the jab and the upper are both coming from the lead hand. On that upper, we're rotating the shoulder into the punch. 2 reasons for doing that. 1, you get more power. 2, because you're rotating the body, you're presenting less of a target to your opponent. Switching to the other side. Same thing again, jab, cross, upper. Hand back to the guard position. Every time. So using that rotation, get the power in on that upper. And get that rotation coming through the hip and through the core. Well done. We're back to the floor. Like the leg raises, starting at the top, only one leg comes down. One comes down. Bring it back up. Other leg comes down. Bring it back up. So you want the legs staying high, keeping the lower back printed into the floor. Now, this is where we lift the shoulders. Again, keep the chin off the chest. Keep that space there. Toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Bring the knees in. So you can stick with that level, or if you want to make it worse, one leg comes down, one leg comes up. Sticking with that, or one leg comes down, second leg comes down, one leg comes up, second leg comes up. Down, down, up, up. And alternating which leg leads each time. Finish the rep. Whew. That is a burner and a half. Break time. That one really challenges you in all kinds of fun and interesting ways. Okay, so we're going to get the heart rate up again, coming into our knees. We're going to do a combo on the knees, single times 4, so 2 on each side, then we double up, so it's 2 and 2, then we're back to our singles, 1, 2, 3, 4, and doubles, 1, 2, 1, 2, back to singles, and doubles, and back to singles. There we go. So hopefully you've got that rhythm. So we're going to ramp things up, same again, single, double combo, bring in the bounce, hopping, bring in the double, back to singles, double, double, using the momentum in the arms, crunching down, doubles again, singles, we're almost there, and we're down to the mat. Side V-ups. You thought I forgot about these, didn't you? Start out stacked, roll back, exhale up. As ever, we're going for height. This is our last class, our last HIIT class of this block. I want you to put everything you've got into it. Switch into the other side. Same thing. We start out stacked. We roll back. Exhaling up. You can either come up on the full arm or work from the elbow. Whichever one you find works for you. There are pros and cons with each one. You work with where you're at. Whew. We're back to our feet. Back for continuous boxing. Continuous jabs. Keeping the hands higher than shoulders. Hands coming back to the jawline. Every punch that little bit higher than the shoulders. Aiming for roughly mouth or nose level on your own height. 3 seconds left. Well done. I'm going to add in some power on the next round, same thing. Bend the knee slightly. So we're reaching now, getting that rotation through the core, through the shoulders. Hips are coming around a bit as well. Hands coming back to the shoulders. Sorry, coming back to the jaw. Ah, this guy doesn't know his jaw from his shoulders. Could be worse. Last 2 seconds. Well done. Okay, knee to elbow, coming across. Remember, pull with the stomach to bring that knee over. We're closing the gap between the hip and the ribs on the opposite side. We're touching down just for balance, so we can keep the power and the focus on that pull, that crunch across the body. Same thing other side. Is it just me or is it getting warm in here? Here we go. So again, we're pulling right across the stomach. You want to make sure you've got that core engaged. Zipping up and pulling every single time. Closing the gap between hip and ribs. Last 5 seconds. Good stuff. Slowing it down. That side knee up. Knee coming up. Starting the next round with this. Knee comes up to the outside. We're repeating on that. So it's really hitting up along the side here. But that's a whole 15 seconds away, don't worry about it. Okay, get ready. We're going to start it on right side. Here we go. So we're trying to stay tall. We're really focusing on pulling with the muscles along the hip and along the ribs. Coming up high, keeping that knee out wide. We're almost there. Your legs are kicking a shake out. We're switching to the other side. 2, 1. Bringing that knee up and out. High and wide. So pulling hard with the muscles over the hip, up into the ribs. Work with your range of motion, bring it as high as you can. Okay, we're coming into a punching combo. So we're going to do upper, hook, upper, hook. So we're switching sides. We're putting a little bit of bounce in with the legs. So we've got a little bit of shift in the body weight with every punch. We're not fully coming hard with the rotation yet. We'll save that for the next 25 seconds. Just so you know what's coming. Okay, next 25 seconds, we're going to preload that punch, that hook. So our upper is okay. On that hook, we're turning into it and driving. So upper, hook, upper, hook. So the full body is coming around. You're releasing the back foot and driving all the way from the hips, ankle, shoulder, knee. Everything is coming around. Whew. Warm work. Okay, standing double knee in front. Knee comes up to here and we pull twice. Touch it down. Knee comes up, double knee, back down. So really have to pull through the core on this one. Yeah, if you hear me struggling, it's because I'm struggling. How can something so simple be so horrible? Same thing, other side. Bring that knee up. Oh, get yourself steady. Bring the knee up, pull it twice. Touch down for balance. Again, we're really focusing on the core, lower stomach, and bringing in the muscles around the hip and into the side. Last one. Whew. Well done. Okay, getting into our drop stance, crossing over to the corner. We're coming around, so we're going to release the foot and we're going to start putting power in. So really driving with the arm and with the hip. So we want the hip to drive the whole punch. If you get dizzy, stop, take a breather and come back into it. Well done. Last one. Can we put more power in? So get that strong rotation, releasing the foot releasing the heel of that back foot every time. So always coming up, getting that heel off the floor. Getting that rotation through the core, around the hips, through the shoulders. And of course getting heart rate up a little bit as well. Well done. Finishing on a high. So as ever, we're going to take our few seconds. We're going to let the breathing come back to normal. We're going to bring the heart rate back down. Have a sip of water. Keep moving. Stay active. I want to stay moving until the heart rate comes back down a bit and the breathing is back more or less to normal level. You heard the lady, activity completed. That is your last time to hit the core in this block. A week off next week and then we're back for more.